JIE STAR Hospital.
So hello and welcome to Square Ghost and the build review of JIE STAR's Hospital. And as you can see, as promised, we've got both parts. The big one that we've just finished just before our minifigs ambulance, and then the first part that we've done there. So our very first thing we've got to do is join these two pieces together, and then we'll talk about it. Very quickly, I thought I'd just show you. It connects by the two Technic pins. There are the two holes, so obviously they just fit together, and that should be that. And really it's the last we'll see of the little calf inside, the tables, the cupboards, the doors, the flowers. So without further ado, let's get this together. And there we have it. Yes, it's joined. The two Technic pins went in fine. Let's show you what we're going to do here. As you can see, it's not exactly lying flat to the table, but it's down, if I go across, enough to be okay. So let's talk you through slowly but surely. I'm not going to beat around the bush, because if you've seen the other parts of the videos you're going to know. But we basically started off with this particular part of the building. Started off with the plate and tiling and everything else. Everything went fine. As you can see, we had one sticker only for this set. It says City Coffee. And you can see through the windows. You can see the flowers, tables. My books just fell off. Excuse me for being so unprofessional. And everything. And we just built up. Then we had a problem with the plates. When we came to the first floor, you make up the little plates, obviously it's not a big plate, to make the unusual round shape and stuff. So it's a lot of smaller plates joined together. 6x10, 6x12s, whatever you want to say. Even an 8x16, I think. What point I'm trying to say is, when they're all clamped together with the bricks, they're not level. They don't sit level. Whether the clutch power is too strong, I don't know. But as you can see, there are gaps. Now I'll spin it round in a minute and you'll see some are better at the front, some are better at the back. But this happened all the way through the build. When we got to the next floor, it's exactly the same. And we had the same problem with the roof. Now before I go any further, I'm going to repeat what I'd said all the way through this video. Now the actual make is by JIE STAR. I think everybody's heard of JIE STAR. They are Lego compatible. The set is the hospital. It is part of the street Scape. I don't know whether a building's coming with it or was with it. You can buy it separately. It is ages 8+ with 4,953 pieces. Like I say, the set number is 89135. Now here's the good bit. I bought this for £40 English, and I'm pretty sure that included the postage, and that was from AliExpress. Now I must be honest, when I bought it, I thought for a moment, you know, is this a scam? I took the risk. And it wasn't, if I'm honest. I think you'll have seen at the start, at the very first introduction video, the box is a little beat up, you know, and whatever. But all the bricks was there, the bags were not open or anything like that. When we come a bit later, all the minifigs are there, so everything is there in the set. So for the money, it's a lot of pieces for the money. And it, you know, from a distance, there's nothing about it. I think it'll look okay in anybody's city, unless you start to scrutinise up close. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So I'm going to slowly, so you can see the heliport on the top, and as we go down you can see the cracks. If you push that further down, the top part will come off. That's the way it goes. nice colours. You can see the back of the cap there, which is really, really nice. As I step the other way, you can see my build desk there, look in the thingy. And like I say, it looks quite nice. I think everything went together. The bricks, no problems with the clutch power other than the plates. Everything was fine, windows were good. I'll come to instructions in a little minute. Now I have got one thing to say. We built up a little lift section where you had a red Technic pin coming out here, and you would just pull it up. You see me do it actually in a couple of videos ago. Basically, when I put it down, the actual thing broke off. It went inside the set, and I'm not going to take it all apart just to get the Technic pin out. Not worth it. After we'd done this first level, it was time to work on the second level, which we did again right from the base plate. Everything inside that you'll have seen. If you want to look back at interiors, by all means please go and have a look at the other videos and you'll see what's inside and what goes where. This is just a build review, like I said. And then we had the same problem with the plates. As I say, you can see just about through there. I think that's the beds. Yes, it is. That's the bed section. If we go up one, I believe that is the operating room. And you can just about see that's the stud. These walls just click on by two studs, same all the way down, to let that thing go up and down for the lift. So yeah, we built our way up, like I say. We got to the roof part, and now I will come round again. So there is where our roof would come out. Absolutely fine there. No worries with that. Nice little build structure. Technique okay. Solidly on. Roof the other side. And again, we have the same problem. Because I'm so close, the flash is taking everything out on the windows. So I'm going to turn the lights off a second. Right, I've turned the lights off purely so as you can see here. Lovely built up decoration all the way around the top of this building. Absolutely super fantastic. We had two parts missing. One of the parts was one of these struts here, and it should have been there. I just changed it for just a 1x1 grey tile. Nothing I could do about that. And the other part was actually there wasn't actually missing. There was three dark grey 1x1 little bricks that I put in as light grey, and basically they was on my tray all the time. My wife would say, Kev, you did the man look, which is exactly what I did, because when I looked better, of course, they was there. So I ended up taking out the light ones out, putting the dark ones in, using the light ones later. So again, absolutely, the aesthetic of this, the look of the set, I think is very, very good. The actual plates that join the levels together, it definitely needs work, because you can see the gaps when you look. But if you look, again, like you say there, and this is without the light now, remember, you can see the gap. But like I say, if this is in a city and it's from distance, you're not really going to notice that. And I've tried, like I said in the earlier videos, to push back. So if, like, the gaps at the back if I can, and the front is closed up, and then that way nobody's really going to see the back if it's in a city. I mean, I'm not keeping this set, I'll be honest, hands up. I'm gonna try and sell it. If I can't sell it because it's JIE STAR, then I shall just donate it to charity. But yeah, I will quickly talk about plans. Absolutely fine. This is what I was saying about the smaller plates building up. That's for the roof section. Here you can see how we make up sections. I tried to actually film the start of every section so as you could see what we was doing. I think I did every one except part 16 when I forgot to do it. Stupid me. But in general, the parts have been very, very good. No problems really with it. The only time I really struggled was with the ambulance, where I couldn't really see what was going. If I turn the back, again, you can just see what it's supposed to be and how it was supposed to look, and it is. Now what I'm going to do now is quickly bring in the minifigs and the ambulance and the other things, and then do a quick sum up. So there you have this set, and as I said, if I just get my book for my information again, and it is 4,953 pieces, and I just wanted to show you that because for the money that I paid, again, and I'm repeating myself, I know, for 40 English pounds, and that included postage, it's amazing value for money. Sorry about the glare. Would I recommend this to you? Well, the answer is quite simple actually. If you can get it for the money that I got it, I think I would. Do you need to do work on it? It depends what you want it for. If you're going to stick this in a brick type city, I won't say a Lego city because people will just say, oh, that's just for Lego. But if you want to do a brick built city with all different kinds of makes, absolutely brilliant hospital to put in. Not really playable unless you're going to take it up and down, which I don't think you have. I think it's a nice display piece. Yes, you can set it up in ways for your city, for, you know, your minifigs, you've got your ambulance and things like that perfectly. If you're just looking at it from what it is, there's no problems. When you start to examine it that a little bit more closer, then you can see the gaps. And like I say, you can press that down. That isn't a problem. The back then opens up, and basically me just moving things about and clicking things together has opened up the gaps. But like I say, I'm not keeping the set. But as I say, I think, me personally, I think it's worth the money. You have 17 minifigs that you, don't get me wrong, you do have to put them together, but they are really, really good. The arms fitting fine, the legs are fine, the little hands, they don't always click in, but they go in far enough so as they don't fall out, which is what it's all about. You do have the little wheelchair in the back, you have the lamppost, and then there is the little standing bike, just so I don't forget. And of course, the ambulance is made before we make up the minifigures. It is, I think it's worth the money. If you was paying more money, I'd think twice, I think, unless you were going to mock out some way of making sure that they got definitely flatter so you could mount everything on top of one another. I don't know, is the honest answer. But as it is, for the money paid, no regrets from my side, and like I say, if you can get it for £40, I think it's worth it. If it's a lot more money, unfortunately, I would stay clear. And with that, I hope I've given you enough insight to make a judgment on this set. Like I say, in most of the shops that I've checked, it's not available, I can't see it. So I think it's been deleted or they've run out of stock. In saying that, I got mine from AliExpress for that wonderful price. Like I told you, I took the gamble and it paid off for me. I would have a look on AliExpress and others, whatever, and then see, and you might drop lucky. And as I say, if the price is right, by all means go for it. But I wouldn't pay big bucks for this set, you know. If this was 100, 120, 150 pounds, which is still nothing for the number of pieces and the number of minifigs, but the quality is not quite there. And I think this is the second JIE STAR set that I've made that I'm not, quality-wise, I'm not too sure about. Brick quality's fine, clutch power's fine, it's just the plates, and is the clutch power too much, or the bricks too close together, the, you know, the stud holes? I don't know, you tell me. But it is, like I say, it is what it is. You make the choice, and I hope I've done enough to show you, like I say, what it's all about. And with that, if you have liked this little build review video, like I've done my best to try and show you the ins and outs, whether I think it's worth it or not, then please click on that like button, hit that thumbs up for me please, always does me and the channel a world of good. And if you would like to follow us next time on the next build, whatever it is gonna be, and there's still no comments yet, it could be a spaceship. Don't shout at me if it isn't, I'm just saying it could be. Then all you have to do is click on that subscribe button. And with that, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? Anybody who's watched this video, I know this has run long again, like part 17 run long, but I just want people to see exactly what you've got, because if you can get it from the right place, it's worth it. I'm repeating myself again. If it's a lot more money, I would personally steer clear. But it looks good. Minifigs are absolutely nothing the matter with the minifigs. Plans, 90% good. The odd bit where you've really got to struggle. Like I say, I build digitally, so maybe that's me and not the plans. So, see, I'm willing to hold my hands up sometimes. But like I say, anybody who's watched this far, thank you very, very much for watching. As I say about any of my other videos, you know, anybody who takes the time, I'm enjoying myself. I hope the people who are watching are enjoying themselves, that they are thinking, they are getting a bit of information where they can say, oh, if I can get this for cheap, is it worth it for my city? Or, well, I've seen what Kev's done and it's not worth the money that I can see it for. So, and then you have the choice, don't you? So thanks very much for watching again, and I hope that we will see you all next time on what other build we decide to make. And with that, you know what I'm going to say. You know the score, you know the drill. My name's Kev, I am Square Ghost, and I'll see you all on the flip side.